Nah, I will say before I came in here, because I've been up for a few hours, I did get to listen to CD Space too. Matter of fact, I just clicked it off before I came. Excuse me, pause. Before I rolled up in here, man. You and Benny had a good conversation about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Benny, Chris,
I thought it was an
yeah.
interesting listen, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a
And
good luck,
listen,
y'all.
Chris,
I
Benny
don't
will
know how
tell
you
you.
do it.
Well, I don't either. Benny will tell you. Sometimes Benny and I, go at it. But I'm shocked. Benny wants Rogers back. Honestly, I am. But to me, whatever. I'll
Well,
get into that later.
but you know how I feel about that to a certain extent. Me personally,
Office,
now, and
just jump
I've
in.
been telling you this for a while. That's the way that you keep Garrett Wilson. I you know what? Let Office go. I'll just be beating a dead horse. Pause.
What's good, everybody? Morning, Petey.
Morning.
Morning, Chris.
Morning.
Office, what's up?
Terrence. Yo, so we real quick. So down here on our sports radio talk, they give out shovels. You know what I mean? Like for sports moves that are silly or dumb. I didn't know. I need y'all help me with this. Did the Jets not sign Jerry Judy because of his Madden rating? You know, he has 70 catches for over, I think, 1,200 yards. But that's what they said this morning. And I'm like, for John Simpson, basically. Is that true, Pete? Or Chris?
I have no idea.
That's
They
what's in
said,
the Athletic.
Yeah, that's what they're
You
saying.
know, I wouldn't know.
I'm
That's
just
what they're
saying.
reporting in the
Yeah,
Athletic.
if they're reporting the Madden thing, I think it's Brick Johnson. And Brick, if you're listening, don't get
It,
paranoid. We're not being
suppo-
mean.
it's supposedly his two younger sons, because the thing is, why would a 75-year-old man be playing Madden? I guess, like, and know this. And supposedly he didn't want to sign John Simpson because his awareness rating on Madden was low, but somehow he was talked out of it. And luckily, Simpson turned out to be a pretty good acquisition, playing guard pretty okay, for what, one of the better acquisitions compared to the one that we had with from San Francisco a couple of years ago.
If I'm being real, I kind of doubt the whole Jerry Judy thing, that Woody Johnson, Blake Johnson are the one that nixed the trade, because when, again, a few weeks ago, whenever the latest hit piece was, and there was the whole, I don't know, Joe Douglas or Woody Johnson didn't want to trade for Judy or whatever. Judy almost came out and flat out tweeted and said, no, it was his decision. He decided not to. He told the team that he didn't want to be traded to the New York Jets and that he'd rather be traded to the Browns. And he got a contract from the Browns. So I don't think it was Woody Johnson who said no. I think it was Jerry Judy who says, I simply do not want to play for the Jets. But again, the narrative make the Jets look even worse. Diana Rossini and the
Right.
Athletic. I see a common trend here. I see a real common trend. And it all goes back to the same two people.
Well, there's
right
also,
on.
which can easily be verified, that Woody's son addressed the locker room after the game was over when Rogers was walking in with the ball to hand it to Brick. And after the kid got done saying what he was saying, then Woody handed the ball to the coach. That's an easy verifiable one. What's his son addressing the team for?
Yeah, who knows, man? There's just it never ends, man.
I think Benny has a point and understands something. We're on the verge of trying to acquire a GM, and these hit pieces keep coming out. And what's the purpose behind them? It's to dissuade anybody from wanting to come in and deal with this mess, in my opinion. But yeah, knowing what I know for 25 years of this guy being the owner, is it far fetched? No. I mean, I again, I think the man knows nothing. the metaphor to me is he owns the plane, and I'm using the Jets as the metaphor. He owns the plane, and now he wants to fly it, and he has no training on how to fly the plane. And that's the thing, and he gets too involved. That's how I feel. But before I uh, get lose my connection and everything, that's all I wanted to say. It looks like everybody's already talking about it, so I'll try to catch up later when I get into the office. Thanks.
And
Come
Rogers.
yeah,
on,
yeah,
Terrence. I got parachutes
yeah,
for you, bro.
yeah,
You ain't got to
Oh
go
second.
down like
no,
that,
kicker! Don't
man.
worry about it, man. I've
Nah,
jumped
this
out of
is
planes
Chris,
before,
bro.
man.
Long
This is
suffering.
Chris, man.
Long suffering.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yes.
I got
Just
parachutes for
for
you,
just for
Terrence.
context of what I said before, I
Yeah.
just put it in a jumbotron. This was the day after, or it might have been the same day that it came out. Oh, that the Jets didn't trade for for Jerry Jeudy because Woody Johnson said no. And then directly after, Jerry Jeudy goes out and
Yeah,
tweets this.
I saw that,
So
Benny. That was
context.
yeah, but can
Now, just to clear up from my end too, the radio host was simply giving the shovel to Woody Johnson.
mm,
Also, okay, we certainly weren't trying to because like the other guy gave the shovel to the Hornets because that kid did they robbed a kid from the PS5. So just to give you a second example, did you see that last night? They had the kid. He won the thing, and they reneged on the PS5 from him, dude. It was dirty work. That's all. It was just a shovel to Woody more than trying to start
yeah,
anything, I guess.
Benny,
Just
office. Hope you have a good day, bro, uh, and all's well.
thanks,
Yeah,
brother. You too.
Benny. That
Yeah.
how do I say it? Oh, I don't think Jerry Judy though. Good morning, June. I don't think Jerry Judy can nix a trade because he didn't sign an extension. Wasn't he a rookie? Didn't he have a rookie
No,
deal?
I think he had a rookie deal, but then he ended up signing a long
Extension
term,
with
a 3 year extension
yeah,
with the Browns.
correct.
So he probably had the ability where the Jets might have not like offered him an extension if they traded for him. I'm assuming that's probably how things went down. And the Browns were offering he got paid a decent contract, and that's something the Browns were willing to do. The Jets probably weren't willing to do. And he said, "No, I'm not going there. I'm going to get the money." So that's probably where his thing was. Is I'm not. He didn't nix the trade in some of the like power no trade clause, but I rather if there's two teams, I'm going to the one that's actually offering me a contract. That's just like the mentality. I feel like that would make the most sense. I could be wrong, but that just makes the most
Yeah,
sense.
I mean, ugh, it just never ends. Chris, go ahead, man.
Is June there? I need a moment with my brother. What's good? Pause.
June just left. He's
June, are
probably
you available?
he just left. He's
Oh, he
coming back.
just left. See, I understand all about that. I didn't. You guys are informing me about this athletic article. I actually wanted to ask you. Yes, I lied. I need to ask you about this Rich Cementi thing. Flight deck. I happened to see a little clip about it. Anybody got anything on that?
Supposedly, Samini's had heard rumblings about that Garrett Wilson's camp is going to request for a trade.
I'm gonna
Is
go
anyone
on mute because
talking?
no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah,
Go ahead. I was gonna wait for
yeah,
June.
yeah. It's me funny as I laugh. Hey, Chris.
Huh? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
I got.
It, it,
June,
is it
you going in and
is it
out,
time
but
for me
I
to do
want to wait and.
my vic- is it time for my victory lap?
Might
Is
be.
No,
that my
not
victory
until it's
lap?
official. It's not going to be. It's not. They're not June. They're not doing it. So
No, no. Come on. Can I do my victory? Chris, can I do my victory lap? Chris? Because when I said that, when me
Mm.
and you, Benny, when I kept talking, Benny, you went out. Oh, man, I'm real fucking anxious to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? When 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 I first said this shit, Twitter went crazy. Yo, how can you talk about doing this? And people posting crazy shit.
And I kept saying no. I'm saying do it before he comes out and say that he requests a trade. He's not gonna request no trade. What are you gonna do? Money, 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 money. That's it. Just give him money. It doesn't work like that, fellas. Doesn't work like that. Everybody ain't in it just for the money. Besides that, what's the? This ain't basketball where the Jets can offer more money than anybody else. You playing with the same bread, same money. Only difference is some teams got quarterbacks, some teams don't.
I,
I knew it was
I
gonna
get
happen.
that, but I until it comes out from other reporters, I don't believe Samini.
Heck, come on, man. Come on. Come on, heck. Believe me.
I believe you.
So far, everything I said about this fucking team has happened. Down to the field goal kicker.
Well, I was with you with the field goal kicker. This is some fucking
I
disaster.
mean,
There's nothing in the league like the
yes,
Jets.
it is.
Nothing like
Yes, it
this.
is. Wait. Even the ownership. When I sat there and said, "Yo, jump on fucking Vrabel now," because when he gets options later on in later on in next season,
I
Yo,
I
June, let me
will.
ask.
that
Yo,
narrative.
June, let me ask you a question. You want to take this from the beginning and
Yes, let's
work
do it.
forward, or you want to
Let,
go the opposite way?
nah, Chris, let's go from back to the beginning, all the way to the
All right,
beginning. That's how we
right
do
or
it.
wrong. Y'all ever heard anybody say that if the Jets, because of New York pressure, whatever the expectation, if the Jets got out to a slow start, dudes would start getting fired because this is New York and it's five times
Yes.
harder than that? I don't know who said that, but I know I heard it.
Upper
Um,
level tickets are going for $21.
y'all
This
get
is
robbed.
this is how
Um,
bad this is.
hey, let me ask you another question.
Yeah, you're right. We're
There
overpaying.
was a point in time in the season, dudes was joking around. You ever hear somebody say something about, hey, if you mess around and go overseas to where
And
this dude
lose.
was where he used to work and you don't look right, dudes could get fired.
Mm-hmm. 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 I know I heard that.
Now, I must confess, I never thought it would extend to Joe Douglas, but hey, um, now let's fast forward.
Wait, I'm back. I had a
Yeah,
call.
I think Office is here. Office, you ever heard anybody tell you that you better start looking at Garrett Wilson after some
I'm
of
sorry.
these
What'd you
raw
say, Bond?
Office? You ever heard anybody in the Jet space
Yes.
say anything about Garrett Wilson? And you better start looking at this dude in post game
Yes.
press conferences because this
Yes.
dude's jaw is getting
Yes.
tight and he's getting
Yes.
short for the BS.
I agree.
I don't want to ramble
Yes.
on. I'm gonna go on mute in about 10 seconds. I'm trying to walk y'all
Telling
there
you, man.
slow. So now, as you move into the future, I understand. Yeah. I got a problem with Woody Johnson. How do you keep number five if you want to keep him? I'm on mute. God bless. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. If you're on the road, drive safely. Get to where you're going and get back home because it's the holiday season and your family loves you. Peace.
June,
30
Uh,
million reasons.
June,
30 million reasons.
get that man his
30
Bills
who?
jersey.
30 million?
Yep, 30 million reasons, Chris.
You bet. Yeah, I'm telling no for real. And
yeah.
again, I've always said this. I don't wish bad on nobody. I don't wish it for you, right? Because the cat I love Garrett Wilson. You better get the papers on the boot. I'm not I, I'm gonna end there on that subject. But I'm praying
Oh
for it, man,
man.
because y'all do need him.
I don't
Like I
think
said,
Garrett's going anywhere.
bro,
I think the
you
Jets,
in
like June.
2024, you can, yes, sir.
I'm
In
gonna start the Jets.
2024, you cannot keep any player hostage in 2024. You can't. These players now, they force their way out, and they'll burn down the whole organization to get there. And there's no reason why if you're the Jets owner that you want to go through that because you keep going through that.
The Jets need an Oppenheimer moment.
June,
Mm.
you're echoing again. Yo,
What's up, Petey?
good morning. Buckeye, what's your Madden rating?
My Manning rating?
Madden.
Oh, Madden rating? 89.
Petey, they should
Yes.
they should upgrade us to the suites for Sunday. I think me and you are the only guys that are gonna be there.
Nah, I know other people that are going.
Not many. Out of our
A
group,
lot.
it's just me.
Yeah. Allegedly, people they said they don't have any available. Heck, which is wild.
I,
Because we already looked into it.
wow.
Well, it definitely got paid for last year, so you know it's paid for, Petey. The way they put out the invoices.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but they don't really. Some of them they just give you a suite and then you got to buy shit.
Yeah, I was just saying that like the place is gonna be empty. All you gotta do is look on StubHub. I just took a peek to see. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
because
I know someone who got coaches club seats for 300 each, and that
yeah,
comes and they're like 750 face. So
yeah,
Petey said it's going to be cold on Sunday?
yeah,
23,
Yeah,
25.
the tickets
my
going to drop.
my son
I
said,
mean,
you
you
know
know,
what? I go drink beers and watch it at a sports bar and not suffer. And so did five of the other guys that are with us. I'm the only dummy that's driving up there. It's gonna be brutal. But what are we gonna do? Football's almost over
I
the
could
season.
actually see. I don't think the Jets are going to actually win this game, but I could see them scoring a lot of points because the Rams' defense isn't good. But I can't see the Jets stopping the Rams on offense. I can't. I can't.
that was a really good game they had with the Bills. I
Yeah,
thought
I
that was
know.
actually like the best game Buffalo played. Also, you know what I mean? Like you're right, Petey. They took on some serious injuries on the defense, but boy, that offense can get it. They are very good. That's going to be a fun game, maybe. It'd be fun to see y'all throw a big score up there. Go ahead, put that bitch up on the board. Drop 35. Have fun doing it.
Is DJ Reed playing?
God, I don't know. I know Quinnen has a hamstring, so
The corners are going to have quite a day.
yep.
I'm with June on this one. He said it yesterday. I have no problem trading Quinn and Williams. He does not. He's getting paid big time money. Doesn't really impact the game.
Yeah, but Hector, what they have so many holes that you got to go get two defensive tackles, two safeties, another linebacker. Uh, what else? You need a right
Quarterback,
tackle. Yeah, I mean,
it's
this isn't
bad.
a complete. Well, it's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
complete tear down. That's the thing. Like,
It's not
I,
a complete. You're right, Petey. You're right. But if this team, if we look at it a little bit from June's side, we're gonna know when that locker room leaves at the end of the season. It may turn into a complete breakdown because these guys. I don't know if what Brees tweeted the other day. There could be chaos getting ready to happen in that. There's so much shit going on that these players may want out. It's scary. We're not gonna know till the last game of the season after they start the interviews in the locker room.
June, I got a question for that statement you made. 2026, 2027. You don't think Juan Soto is going to be held hostage?
Wait,
By 2028, he might be gone.
He's going to be saying, I don't talk to any of these teammates.
I mean, you can't hate him, right? He proved it when he left Washington. He's trying to get the bag. He don't care. He don't care at all, and that's okay. As long as he gets you what you want now, right? That's my problem with the Orioles. They keep talking about the long game, and I'm like, what about now? Like we're here now.
Juan Soto contract is going to end up looking like Bobby Bonilla.
But June, it's not.
It,
You know
it, it
why?
will. It will. It
No,
You
will.
know, you
Juan
you know,
Soto's way better player. I'll say that.
yeah, and there's no deferred money.
No, but what I'm saying is halfway
Halfway what?
through, 8 years from
Yeah,
now, it's gonna, it's got everything gonna be
yeah.
going. It's gonna be downhill. It's gonna be downhill from there.
Yeah, but you
Hold
get
on.
8 years out of a guy, June. It doesn't matter.
But Buckeye, once again, who was his protection in the lineup? You can pitch around him all day long. You ain't worried about nobody else in that lineup.
Now, June, do you
June.
think? What do you realistically expect years wise from Juan Soto too? Though, right? Like in them first 4 years in the organization, you'll know whether or not he. I mean, he's going to have an impact. But you get what I'm
Oh,
saying, Bud? Like
no,
you
no,
ain't
he'll
gonna be looking
definitely
for him
have an
when you pretend
impact.
to win the World Series. You know what I mean? Like maybe, but you know.
Now, office. My thing is this: the Mets didn't just need, you know what I'm saying, bats. They need pitching also. I mean, Severino, like, come on, Severino was one of their best pitchers last year, and he's a bum. I'm sorry. Now, at the same time, you got to look. Damn near,
Wait.
damn near half the Braves roster got
Oh,
injured.
okay. They still made the playoffs and they didn't play him, June.
No. Hear what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they made the playoffs, but half their fucking roster was depleted. So now you playing the Braves again. Now they have full fucking strength.
Okay.
I'm
The
telling
NL
you.
is way better. And by the way, to me, the whole Soto thing, June, you guys offered him 16 years. So who wanted
That
him more? Pause.
no, no. Cashman wanted them more, but thank God he didn't. Are you looking at the acquisitions that we're getting up right
Peter,
now? Are you
To
kidding
June's
me?
point though, the playoffs happen on 89 wins, that's not a thing. Like
Yeah.
that.
Right.
If you guys run back 89 wins this year, you're gonna be watching the playoffs.
Yeah, you got to win. I mean, the NL is by far better, you know?
Um, can I ask June a question real fast?
Sure. And Bobby Bonilla's thing was only a million and something deferred, June, to be fair. Go ahead, Chris.
Thanks. Uh, June, you want to trade Quentin Williams? I'm on mute.
Mm,
Yes.
Sing it.
Quentin Williams, absolutely. He's making too much money to be that inconsistent. Doesn't make sense. And not only that, he's not a leader. I mean, when have you ever heard this man speak up? Being one
June,
of
what
the
made
being
you
one of the the longest tenured players on his team.
What are you talking
He
about?
June,
don't
what
want to
What are
made
you
speak
you
up.
talking
bring
about
up
when it?
Soto?
Wait a minute. He sneezed and blessed himself. What are you talking about? He never speaks up.
He sneezes and blesses.
Yes, dude.
June, what made you bring up Soto?
Nah,
Bring
yo.
third person talking back.
June, you
No,
hear me?
no, PD, I hear you. I hear you. I was just thinking about the Soto deal. Like, I mean, unless you really have a bat in there protecting so that you forcing pitchers to pitch to him, you could just walk him all day. You don't have nothing like that in your lineup.
Okay. The
Pete
Mets
is
have
Pete is not re-signing with you guys.
okay. The Mets have at least three guys that could hit 30 home runs.
Lindor is a good hitter, a really good hitter.
Yep.
He is. He is.
Vientos should hit 30. Nimmo can hit it. Pause. If
Look,
Alonso comes back,
look.
he'll hit 35, 40.
Finding Nemo was a flash in the pan, bro. You can't count on that guy. Stop it,
Who, Nimmo? He's
Yeah,
consistent.
Nemo.
He's like Glaber Nimmo.
Right.
Oh, please.
Yeah, you're
Nimmo,
like
Nimmo never even dogs out a walk,
you
Buckeye. Come on.
Oh God.
bro, you cannot count on
Petey, don't get me
Nemo.
started. You know I don't like Cashman, but I don't like the Mets pitching staff at all. I you guys ran out
Not
with
like
Senga
he's
as your
not
one in the playoffs, right?
like that. Nemo, come on.
Yeah.
The-
Here comes your arch nemesis, me.
Good morning.
Fact, he know that.
What's up, Meek?
Hey, hey, the lineup's not going to be the
Right.
Mets'
Come
problem.
on.
The problem is going to be that pitching
Yeah.
staff. Because Soto's going to have to hit 97 homers.
Where my
The
guy at?
Dodgers are gonna be like, fellas, we're going up against Senga. Yawn.
I mean, the Dodgers ate their pitching staff for breakfast last year.
Yeah.
Listen, the Mets put up a better fight than the Yankees. Let's
They
be
did
real.
No,
not.
no,
They
no,
gonna
no, no,
laugh.
no.
They won more games.
Petey, you won a bullpen game. They blew you out every other
Okay.
time.
Right. No, we
They,
won 2 games.
Petey, it was the biggest run differential in NLCS history.
Okay. And how about the game the Mets scored? Didn't the Mets put up
But weren't they
a
weren't they
lot of
high scoring
runs?
games equally or no?
They were
Yes.
bullpen games for the Dodgers.
Okay.
Now the Dodgers have 7 starting pitchers. Now what?
Okay. Let's see what they do. They're the favorites.
No,
Good.
Yeah, that's that.
the Dodgers are probably going to again. Baseball's baseball. The Dodgers are the favorites against everybody.
They're far and away the best team. But like I've been saying all off season, we and I say we all of our teams, we got to start building teams to beat the Dodgers. That's how good they are.
They got a lot of money.
And I mean, I'm sorry, but Griffin Canning is going to give up 61 runs to the Dodgers in 2 innings.
Look, I
See
like the
that
Soto signing for the Mets. I just think they have a lot to go, man.
Yeah,
They got a lot to
the
go.
Soto signing was great. But yeah, they need probably 2 more bats. But I mean, I wouldn't even worry about the bats. Petey's right. They got guys that can hit. They need pitching because what if Holmes and Montas fail as starters? Now what?
But Ground, you still need. Meek, you still need protection.
Yeah, but that lineup's fine. I mean, it's not as good as it's not even close
Me,
to the Dodgers, but it's fine.
me.
I don't fully agree with that.
That lineup gonna get laughed at in regular season.
in that middle third of the seasons where you'll know what your team's really made of too. You know what I mean? Most teams do. Like that's where the Dodgers they pull away, dude. Like that. Watch the middle third of their season. Their shit will look pretty damn good, right? Like the Mets,
Hmm.
they've come on more in the last third of the season, haven't they? I mean, they've been getting better periodically for sure. But it's all in when you hit that stride of what you're going to do, right? Baseball is really long. Like, like 160 games is a lot.
Bro, the Dodgers
Yeah.
won the World Series and added a Cy Young.
Yeah, no doubt. They're the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that when you say that out loud, it that is crazy. That is crazy. Tom, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys? I got a football question for you guys to ponder. I want to hear your answers. Nothing to do with our teams, but do you think the Steelers have enough to make a playoff run, or do you think that
Yep.
you do?
I don't.
Yes, I
I
do.
don't.
And you can ask me and Buck. I've been going back and forth since beginning of the season on this. Pittsburgh was my favorite to win the division.
Yeah, you did say that. Look, they got. I think if someone wants to say McVay, that's fine. I think Tomlin's the best head coach in the NFL. He pulls rabbits out of hats. But I
Period.
feel like
Period.
when the playoffs happen, it's going to be much harder because the coaches get better. He's going to be going up against Harbaugh. He's going to be going up against Sean Payton. He's going to be going up against like much better coaching. So
I kind of have a feeling that, and I hate to say this, I think you're gonna see Watt make his late season exit like he always does. In these next 3 games, he's gonna fucking pull something
I hope
or
not.
sprain his ankle, and he won't make it into the playoffs. And they'll have a there'll be a first round exit. But I just wanted to hear what you guys think. I don't know, man. I still think Russell Wilson's a question mark in my opinion.
But the
Look,
coach, bro, it's the coach, like the other man said, dog. You
it's
got to understand, Mike Tomlin hardly ever fucks that money up. Like, he just
that's a
don't,
He's
fact.
bro.
incredible.
Like, he's not
He's a
scared of no
fact.
other coaches. Like the man was saying, right? He's went up against the best. He is one of the best. And as much as I hate the Steelers, I respect the hell out of them people. You know what I mean? Especially Mike Tomlin. Like, he's a gamesmanship. You see what he's saying? He's playing games with my Ravens right
But
now.
if you take Bo Nix
Thumbs
out of the
out.
equation, is Russ the worst AFC playoff quarterback?
I don't really like Russ, to be
Mm,
honest with you,
No,
personally. He's not really
you,
for me, but I'd say
you know
yeah.
what?
I'd have to
You
agree
know
with
what?
that.
I won't say I won't say yeah for the simple fact that the guy's been in the Super Bowl 2 times and has one ring.
I
So
get you.
how can we look down on him like that?
It's hard to say he's worse. Like he's not bad. Like yeah, it's
June, I think he's
tricky,
talking
but
about this
I would
season. No,
say
he's not talking generally and all over. I'm just saying I think he's talking
I,
about this
yeah,
season.
I just don't trust Russ at this point.
I mean, even even this season, like, what's his record? What he got? One
Yeah,
loss with Pittsburgh, or
but the
was it two
QB
losses?
record thing, Justin Fields had one. Like that's not a thing, man. The QB record is not.
Oh yeah, no. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on
Hey,
that.
Jude,
I'm with you on that.
Rogers been to two
Yes,
Super
sir.
Bowls with one win, and he gets killed for that.
You
But
know
now you're
what?
praising
It's
Tomlin for two Super Bowls
no,
and losing one,
I
right?
no,
think
no,
Russ got a little lucky too.
no. It is. You said Rogers been to two of them?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. Do not let J.K. Dobbins get healthy because if that's going to change that
No, I
Chargers
think
team.
Rodgers has been the one.
he's only been to
Rogers been to
one.
one of them.
Oh, then I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
I take that back. Sorry,
yeah. You.
I gotta get my shit together.
Hey, heck, don't worry about it. Everybody loves going against me anyway. Don't even worry about
I need some of those pills for the brain. What the hell you see in the commercials all the time?
it.
Let's go to our favorite fuck the Bills supporter, Allen.
Absolutely, my guy.
Good morning, fellas. Good
What's up?
morning.
What's up, my brother? What's up?
What's up? What's up? Yeah, I was listening to the conversation. Great conversation. And I gotta back up my guy June here. And Buckeye, man, you know you my guy, but we gotta be sensible here. Russell Wilson compared to CJ Stroud, who's done nothing in the playoffs. Justin Herbert, who blew a 27-point lead in the playoffs. And wet behind the ears, smelling like Similac, Bo Nix.
No,
Come
no, no, no.
on
I
now.
took Bo Nix out of the equation. I think Bo's the worst AFC playoff quarterback. I'm just saying, at this stage, you trust Russ more than Herbert. You trust Russ more than Stroud.
Yes, because I think Russ is perfect for that system. He's thriving in Arthur Smith's system, and he looks like old school Russ. The question for the Steelers is going to be the amount of injuries that they potentially have or don't have heading into the playoffs, and that's the question for every team, really. Especially the teams that are going to play on Saturday or that have three games in the 11-day stretch is can they go into the postseason as healthy as possible so that they can put on their best performance in the postseason against the cream of the crop of the AFC?
Allen, is J.K. going to play in the playoffs? Is he going to get back, or what's his timetable?
I think he'll be back. I know what they put him on IR a week or 2 weeks ago, so
That's a different team
uh,
than him, man.
it is. It is, and the Chargers' defense is very good. Denver's defense is very good. Bo Nix. A lot of people don't know that the Denver has scored the most, has had the most 30-point games
Mm-hmm.
this season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that, and I hate to say this, I'll say it as a Chiefs fan first. I don't, as a Chiefs fan, I do not want to play the Chargers or Denver because that'll be our third time playing them, and they're hard teams to beat. I do not want to see them. I'd rather see the Bills. I'd rather see the Steelers. I do not want to play my division for a third
I agree
time.
with you.
And Bills fans, I hate to break it to you, but if you're the 2 seed and you gotta play Denver or you gotta play the Chargers, that is not going to be an easy game. And to Buckeye's point, if you have to play the Chargers, you better hope Lad McConkey and Dobbins aren't there to to help their cause. So I think every team in this AFC playoffs are going to be formidable, and I don't see this playoff playing out like chalk. I don't think that the favorites are just going to beat the lower seeds. I think we're going to see some
But
upsets.
Alan, when you hear, and again, I think the Bills are having a terrific season. I think Josh Allen is MVP. I don't think it's close. Like, I'm going to throw the Bills all of the accolades they deserve this year. When they lose, it's the
Yes.
crying about McDermott. And the thing is, now with the AFC adding Harbaugh, adding Sean Payton, I think that's going to be the kryptonite for Buffalo. Is the coaching carousel that's in the AFC is so fucking good with Andy Reid and Tomlin and Harbaugh, and like that's where I think Buffalo is going to run into the buzzsaw is the coaching.
If
Yeah, I think the coaching is going to play huge dividends. To your point, uh, in the playoffs, like look, my team is 14-1, 13-1. Who fucking cares? Patrick Mahomes is not just off of regular season wins. When the playoffs start, that's when we start looking at Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And the same goes for Buffalo. I don't care what anybody is saying right now. I don't even care if Josh Allen wins the MVP. If Josh Allen wins the MVP and he loses in the playoffs, he's going to get the same label as Lamar Jackson, regular season quarterback who can't win in the
I don't agree with
playoffs.
that one. I
I,
don't
I
agree with
mean,
that one because he's run into the buzzsaw of Mahomes. I think Lamar is on a different island of failure for the playoffs. But if you look at Josh's stats, he's done miracle work in the playoffs. I don't think it's the same category as Lamar. I hear what you're saying.
it doesn't matter. This sports is about wins and losses,
I know, but
right?
Jim
You
Kelly
you you,
doesn't
you
get a
could be a
tag,
stat pattern.
right?
You could be a stat pattern, but if you still losing, you losing. I'm sorry. I know people want to prop up players and make excuses. I'm not saying you're doing this, Buckeye, but at the end of the day, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson need to get to a Super Bowl. Wouldn't you say so?
They got plenty of career
no,
left, but yeah,
honestly, I'd say that
I
they
got a
have to
question
win a
though.
Super Bowl.
I agree
Yeah,
with that.
win a Super Bowl, win a
And
Super Bowl.
and
I'm with you, Chris.
obviously and obviously there's levels to this. And I mean, I, the analogy that I'm gonna make out of it, it might be
Yeah,
Petey,
I had
Petey.
issues. Yeah, I had issues with the space, man. You hear me? Hello?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, all right.
Do you see this? Do you see what the Athletic just put out?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
come on, man. Like, bro.
It's a joke.
Like, this is what I'm talking about when I say it's impossible to become a coach here and have the when I say that stuff about Dan Campbell, I respect him to the fullest, and I think he's a great coach, man. But this is the stuff I'm talking about, man. Like, it's hard to overcome this type of stuff, man. Talking about Madden, Woody Johnson was on Madden saying making to try to make a trade. Come on, man.
It's the clown show.
Bro, I think Woody Johnson's a clown, but I don't believe that, man. I'm not believing that. I'm not. I refuse to believe that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like she clearly has an agenda against. She clearly.
I don't know, Jones. Why would they make up a Madden thing? That's like corny, bro.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know, man.
I don't. Is it me or am I having issues with this damn space, man?
Is it your phone, Petey?
I don't think so. I never really have problems with it. So I kept hearing it and it was getting good. Listen Up was talking, and then
I don't know. I'm looking forward to this game, though.
me too. It's going to be high scoring.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an offensive game. 100.
PD, it's drone interference.
Yeah.
Are they still out?
It hasn't been much lately, but the weather hasn't been good.
I think Allen was saying Josh Allen has to win a Super Bowl, and I think he said to get over the hump. If Josh Allen never wins a Super Bowl, and again he's got a lot of years to do what he's doing still, I think he's going to go down as one of the greats, like one of the all-time greats, no matter what. If he wins a Super Bowl, I think it's even a different conversation. But if he wins no Super Bowls and does what he's doing for, let's say, another 6 more years, he's an all-time
No
great.
doubt.
He's going to win a Super Bowl.
Maybe.
Multiple Super Bowls.
I would just chill on that. If Patrick Mahomes is playing, I would chill on any like mic drop statements right now. That guy's in the way, man.
Hey, Dan,
I think
The
if
AFC Championship's
Allen
just
never
as elusive.
wait,
if Allen never wins a Super Bowl, it'll like his ceiling could be the
it'll be
way
Marinos.
Fouts and Marino
Yo,
were looked
Dale,
at. And
you know what's funny, Dale? Real quick. Yesterday, because of you, I fucking looked up Matt Collins' stats, bro, and they're right on cue to what I talked about. I didn't think he'd have 5 touchdowns, but he's got 24 receptions.
yeah, well, PD, I think
We
your
were we
prediction.
we were predicting 40. I predicted around
Yeah,
39.
your prediction was dead on, but it does seem like most of his production are at like the biggest points in games. But the thing the stats won't measure, I'll try and find it for you. There was a play last week that went for a big gain that he blocked 2 defensive linemen as a receiver.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Yo, did you guys see what Trey Wingo just tweeted? I'll put in the jumbotron. He said your owner Woody Johnson nixed a trade for Jerry
Yeah.
Jeudy because his Madden ratings were too
Yep,
low.
that's what came out
What
this
the hell
morning.
is going on with your friend's side? What the hell is going on in New
We've
York,
known
like
this,
New
bro.
Jersey?
We've known this. Woody Johnson is just, it's bad.
Petey, you notice how I slipped in Fouts there because for the younger crowd, they won't know. But for
Yeah,
a long time, Fouts was
of
Marino.
course. Dan Fouts is one of the all-time greats.
That being said, though, that them guys didn't get the same accolades as the Super Bowl winners did, especially the multiple Super Bowl winners.
Yep.
But they put up such insane stats that you couldn't ignore that they were an all-time great.
Yeah, and listen.
I think Allen's putting up such insane stats
Mhm.
that he can get there, but the Super Bowl, you'll never, if you don't win Super Bowls, you're not going to get compared to the guys that did. You're just not.
It depends. And yes, I understand traditional thinking. Yes, but I'm telling you, this Michael Jordan thing that Mahomes has got going on could change ideological thinking, man. It could change. And I'm not saying Mahomes going to win like 10, but I am saying like even Tom Brady changed so much for a lot of people winning Super Bowls, and that's what made Tom Brady Tom Brady.
Yeah, I
Buckeye,
mean, the
Buckeye,
thing about
it's getting solved this year. Allen's winning a Super Bowl this year, so
I
yeah,
don't think so.
I think that we'll see what happens. I think the thing that really plays into what Buckeye is saying is that the Chiefs were able to, go this season so far at 13-1 because they're beating the odds. Uh, Realistically, the Chiefs should be a 500 team when you look at how all the back-to-back champions have fared after having long playoff runs for 2 years. So, but
Chiefs
but
also
But
have the refs on their
respectfully,
side.
they're not. But respectfully, they're not either. You know what I mean? They're not 500 though. You know what I mean? Like you said, they done shot the odds out of the atmosphere, bro. You gotta appreciate that about them. And
yeah,
like you said, they're not. They don't even regular season don't really matter to them. They're just sharpening the axe. The way I look at it from here in Baltimore.
Dale Allen brought this up before. I don't know if you were here. You're not concerned round one, Denver or Chargers, that neither of those teams give you concern,
I,
pause.
no, no. I guess you could take this as arrogance, Buckeye, but I guess for some strange reason it's arrogant if a Bills fan says it or if whatever. Because I guess I'm accused of that all offseason with my takes or every offseason, but I believe what I'm watching right now with Allen was when he got hot in fucking 2021 in the playoffs. Even the shit that right now when they talk about where we're at right now or what we've been doing, they say the Greeny every day is like this is the best stretch of 4 games I've ever seen a quarterback ever play or the best month. 2021 in the playoffs, that was the best Josh Allen ever
But
played
but
in
but
a
Dale,
season.
defense and coaching, right in the playoffs. Are you?
Yes,
How
but
do you feel about defense and coaching this
Buckeye,
year?
I will explain that, bro. I guess I gotta find quicker, fucking to the point answers for you. Um, I think Allen's starting to play at a point that I don't see him calming down. It reminds me, I didn't think I'd ever see that again the way he played in 2021. I'm starting to see that from him, and I believe you're going to have to score 40 to beat us. I
no.
don't think there's many teams that can. Okay.
I mean, Dale, you guys aren't playing the top defenses in the league. You're not.
Allen, everything I've said this offseason, you
No,
fucking
no, no, no,
argued with
no,
me
no, no.
and told me with all your statistical bullshit that it's not going to happen, and it did. So stop.
That has nothing to do with the conversation today. The only thing I was wrong about was picking the Jets to win the division, and I take the L with the rest of the Jets fans. I've become an honorary Jets
Allen,
fan
you
because
said
I've had to
Allen
do
would
that.
regress
But
in his stats. You
Dale,
said Allen wouldn't play as well. You said our
We are
offense would take it.
talking,
You said our defense would get worse. Everything that you
Dale,
said that
Dale.
I said as
Your
a
defense
victory
did
for
get
my team this
worse.
year came true.
Your defense did get worse. You gave up 40 points the
Based,
last 2 games.
Allen, it happens, but
And your defense is
statistically,
ranked 12th in the league in
okay. So,
scoring.
so Allen, how much of a
It
slide
got
on defense
worse.
is that? Bro, there's 3 more games. Allen,
You love stats. We got 3 games against scrubs.
But
Where are
Dale,
those numbers going to be at the end of it?
Dale, I cut you off. I said playoffs. We agree. Defense and coaching. You keep going back to 2021, Josh Allen, and I cut you off. So
because okay, Buckeye, you said it yourself. I believe that when Allen's playing the way he's playing, there's nothing you can do to stop it. There's nothing you can do to stop it. He's
Amen.
gonna fucking
You
Amen to
light
could
up the
that.
say that
scoreboard.
about like 10 quarterbacks, though, bro. You could say
Like
that like you
Mahomes.
could go up to 10 quarterbacks
You can
and
say that
say that
about
about him.
Mahomes, Lamar
Last
Jackson.
year the Bills
Exactly.
defense finished
and you
11th.
want to
Nolan.
It's
and you
12th
want to know what?
now.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. And Allen, because you love to pick and choose over the
It's
next
12th
3
right now with
games.
3 games to go, 2
Over the
against the
next 3
Patriots
games,
and
you
1
don't
against the
think that
Jets.
we're gonna
Yeah,
improve
we can
those
only live in
stats?
the now.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. So, anyways, Buckeye, to finish what I was
So we
saying.
use. So are you using the
Widow,
numbers
can
for
I
the
finish
defense?
with Buckeye first?
Uh, real quick, Dale. Let me just ask this quick question. I'm gonna go back on mute. Are you using the number for the defense as of week 15 or week 16 last year, or week 15? Excuse me. Or are you using it at the end of the season?
Whittle, I just bring up.
Because we can't compare apples to oranges.
But Whittle,
If we're going to use the defensive number ranking at the end of the year, then we should be doing the same thing for this year to get an accurate assessment on whether or not the defense got significantly worse or
Whittle,
not.
We can only
Okay,
go off the
all right.
available information that we have right
Do we
now.
not
but
have the number
Dale,
for the
hold on,
ranking last
Whittle,
year
Dale,
as of week
can I
Dale,
15?
respond?
Okay,
Dale
so
brought
what
up your
you got?
defense, and I can only talk about what they're ranked now.
Allen, every predictory that I've made about our team this offseason, mind you, most of which have come true. Most,
Can I just
like in
respond
a
to Whittle?
high clip, have
But you
come
keep
true.
taking trips
You
down
spent
memory
the
lane,
entire,
bro.
listen, no, this has been strictly between me and Allen. Allen specifically shot
Sorry.
down most of them based on whatever historical data he supposedly had. And I'm saying, he's trying to do the same thing. What I'm saying now, what I'm saying, Buckeye, is I believe the way Allen's playing right now, I don't think it can be stopped, even by the elite defenses. And I agree with someone else said that can be said about other quarterbacks. Show me the ones that are playing like that right now. Show me the offenses that are doing that right now. Right now, Josh Allen is. That's what our offense is doing, and I believe that that's what it's going to play out as for us as the season goes on. Is you're going to have to outscore us.
But that's not playoffs, man. That's
Yeah, he
typically
asked
not
you about the
playoff
playoffs.
football. That's not playoff football. That's what I'm saying. And
Buckeye,
to
we did it throughout an entire playoff in
but Dale,
2021.
you
So I can.
guys outscored everyone in the playoffs every year until you hit a buzzsaw named Mahomes, and he just nips
And
an
I
extra
honestly,
one on the 4. Like that's the
okay.
problem
So
is 42.
Buckeye, okay. So I guess I'll have to just believe again that the offense that I'm seeing out of the Chiefs right now is going to magically flick a switch and
Well,
start
that's
scoring
what
points.
Mahomes does. Come on, you've seen this. You scripts before, Dale. You have. And that's
It
not even how they
happens
won the
every
Super
year,
Bowl last
dude.
year. They won it defensively last. That's my point. They are winning it defensively.
Yeah, and
And
I don't,
again, I'm
Buckeye.
just
I
I'm
don't
just
think
going to
their
counter what
defense
Whittle
is.
said.
I don't think their defense is the defense they had last year.
I think
I
this
don't.
is the best version of Josh Allen. It's not even close. I think this is the most dangerous you guys have been. It's not even close. But the two categories that the playoffs consistently offers is coaching and defense. And I think those two things don't look different to me. That's just me. And again, I know the statistics, but here's the Whittle, when you brought up, yes, the New England twice and the Jets, and you probably statistically going to get better defensively. It's logically. But the thing is, when you guys play the playoff teams, right? When you just face the Rams, when you just face the Lions, when you face the Texans, when you face these playoff teams, they're racking points. Baltimore racking point. Like that's the thing is when the playoffs happen and the coaching gets wildly better and the defenses get wildly better. I just have to see that part, man.
And that's the inconsistency
Hey,
that
Buckeye.
I hear from Dale.
When we played the Texans, the Texans scored 23 points.
Without Nico Collins,
Nico Collins played the first half.
He played the first
And
quarter.
we were missing our starting safety the entire game. But go ahead.
Okay, so Nico Collins is going
And
to
our
be back.
starting wide receiver.
Nico Collins is going to be back. You'll have your starting safety, and we'll see what happens. Dell says that you're going to score 40 on every playoff team. That's what Dell said.
Well,
I didn't
okay,
say that.
I'm not Dale.
At least Whittles is always in the
I said you're
now.
going to have to
Dale
score
keeps going
40 to
down
beat
memory
us.
lane.
I know Whittle would never say anything like that. 40 on every playoff team?
Alan, I said you're going to have to score 40 to beat us.
On
That's
every
not the way the
playoff team.
playoffs work. That's not the way the playoffs work, though, Dale.
Buckeye. This is the issue that I have, right? So at the beginning of the year, it was the Bills are going to have trouble because the safeties are not good. They're not as good as they were last year, and you're going to be susceptible to big plays. Lo and behold, now we are not. Then it was, well, the Bills can't stop the run. Everybody's just going to run on you. And then we go and play arguably a top 2, top 3 rushing attack in the league, fully healthy on offense. That offense was fully healthy. Held those running backs to 35 yards.
Whittle, I was dead wrong in the offseason. You pretty much have my fucking pin code of my ATM card, bro. I was wrong in the offseason. I'm just saying, when the Bills have lost, and you guys have been terrific this year, you guys cite the McDermott weakness. It always goes back to, damn, he did it again.
It's not always a McDermott. It's not always McDermott. Most of the time, absolutely, McDermott does something goofy in the last few seconds of the game. 100%. I would not look at the McDermott. I would not look at the Houston game and say that was a coaching error or coaching issue. That was purely Josh Allen playing. I don't know what he was thinking that game. Purely, that was all Josh Allen. Now, when you go to the Ravens game was just a stupid play call of a trick play after getting 2 stops. Like that was a coaching decision error as well. But I mean, what happens is people don't like to add the context of, obviously everyone knows the Bills are not they're not a high level, high end talent defense. They're not. They're not a high end talent, really anything outside of quarterback. But the system works. And when you don't have all of the parts of the system struggles. If you lose a piece of the system, it's going to not function as well. But it still should function. If you lose 60% or 40% or 30% of the system, it's going to struggle a lot more. Last year, the Bills lost about 40% of that defensive system. AJ Klein turned around from a RV trip with his family to go to North Carolina to come and play a playoff game against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Like that stuff matters. And that was a 3-point game. It was a 3-point game. So right now, the Buffalo Bills are the healthiest team in the NFL as of today.
Yeah, I
That's
got to disagree
different.
with that.
That matters.
Philly's the best team in the NFL to me.
Nobody.
He said healthiest, right? Healthiest.
Healthy.
That's what happens.
You said healthy or best?
So
He said healthy.
again, when you have the players that you need to have in order to make the system works. We've seen it.
I just want to add
Whittles, who's your green dot for
listen.
defense?
I
Green
just
dot
want
is
to add
Terrell Bernard.
Buckeye. I just
Thank
want
you,
to add
sir.
though.
Can you guys hear Dale?
Yeah, I hear Dale.
All
Buckeye.
right.
I just want to add though because it sounds so shocking. We already had a playoff run where we accomplished that. So to say that it's that far out of the stretch of possibility, not only has it already been done by this same quarterback, but I think with a much lesser team that wasn't as healthy. Over the past 3 years, we were one of the most unhealthy teams in the playoffs, if not the most. Now we are coming into this year, fingers crossed, after the next 3 games, one of the healthiest, if not the healthiest. And I believe that Allen has the best offense he's had since he's been in Buffalo. most importantly because of our offensive line. So looking at this team compared to previous years, we're a much different team. I don't think most people realize that about us. I really don't.
I agree with you. And like I said, I won't be shocked if you do win the Super Bowl this year. I think this is the best chance that I've seen. You did say something about, is Mahomes going to magically turn on in the playoffs? And the answer is definitively yes. That's what he does. Like, that is what he does.
And let's jump on Buckeye some more. Can you answer his question? What
I
do
got
you
to
guys
pause
rank?
that.
What do you guys rank the coach as far as the playoffs are concerned? Where does your coach rank? Because the coaching
Well,
matters, right? So
let
where does your
wait,
coach
Hexagon.
Where
Let's
does your
do.
coach
All right,
rank
let's
in the
do
AFC?
Hexagon. Let's do it. Okay, Andy Reid's better than McDermott. Harbaugh, both Harbaughs are better.
I don't know if Baltimore Harbaugh is better. I don't know.
Both Harbaughs are better than McDermott?
Harbaugh,
I don't.
Baltimore
He won a
Jazz
Harbaugh is
Super
better
Super
than
Bowl,
McDermott.
Bowl.
bro.
He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, but
better. He's been to 2 Super Bowls.
He had the best
He's
defense.
one of the longest tenured coaches
let,
as
let, let,
well.
let, let,
Sorry,
let's just let's
sorry.
just let's
Okay.
just take him out. Let's call that a draw. Let's take him
All
out.
right, I'll put
Definitely
him
the
Like
there.
Texans.
we spend time on these spaces listening to Raven fans in mass
I agree with Willie.
complain about Harbaugh and
Yes.
his decision making. But
All right,
okay.
that's fair.
And they're
All right.
irrational.
That's not me
They're
Wait,
though.
wait,
Please note
irrational.
that.
wait.
I mean,
Let's do this.
you're not
Tom, jump
a
in after
Ravens
this.
fan.
Wait, hold on. So
The dude
let's.
with the
I'm
Texans
not
is
a
the
what?
worst.
Say what you want to say.
All right,
You're not a Ravens fan. Why would I listen to you? You're not a Ravens
Because
fan. They watch this team every
because
game.
because we can view things objectively without the
Okay,
emotion of being a
okay, and that's your
Ravens
view.
fan.
That's fine.
No, no, the
I
dude
choose to
has
believe the
been to
Ravens
two
fan.
Super Bowls.
I
You
believe
cannot
the
take that
Ravens fans
away
that
from
watch the
him.
team all the time.
All right. Well, I'm putting John Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh, Tomlin, and Andy Reid above Sean McDermott. I'm
And Sean
sorry,
Payton.
I'm
I
with
got
you.
Sean
and
Payton too.
Sean Payton.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I think the
But not
Bills
the
have.
Texans.
But right, the Bills have the better quarterback for most of the team, except for the Chiefs. Now,
So, Petey,
Allen's being. Go
If
ahead.
McDermott wins a Super Bowl this year, where would you rank him then?
Now
Is
I
it
got to
fair to say he's
reevaluate. I got to
working his way towards
reevaluate.
that list?
I
No,
got to
He is
it
working
reevaluate.
his
changes the
way
whole
towards that
conversation.
list.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's how train of thought happens in the NFL. As soon as the Lombardi's hoisted, it changes everything.
Yep. Tom, go ahead.
Can I hit you guys with a fantasy football question real quick?
Yeah,
Shoot.
even though I'm not good at that.
Okay, I got three receivers to pick from to start this week. I got Cup starting, and I got McLaurin on the bench and Khalil Shakir on the bench, and Debo Samuel on the bench. Should I change out Cup for any of those guys?
So Shakir's floor is the highest because he's gonna eat with the receptions, in my opinion.
Okay,
And I don't think you could sit Terry McLaurin right now. That dude's been a beast.
but
Yeah, I don't think you sit Terry McLaurin ever.
McLaurin's playing against the Eagles, and the last time they played the Eagles, he had one catch for 10 yards.
It's supposed to be 20 something degrees in MetLife. I know this is, and again, it's the playoffs. That Cup Shakir one is close because the floor on Shakir, I think, is higher than Cup, but the ceiling is way higher for Cup.
So, Cup?
I probably would go Cup just because it's like I don't want to lose on a decision like that. That's just me.
Okay.
But I can't sit McLaurin right now. He's just been bonkers.
I know, like, that's like, I just don't know because I feel Cup is like a number two receiver to Nakua, and then I feel Terry McLaurin's a number one in Washington. But I just with the way the Eagles defense has been playing, I don't know, man.
The thing about Cup,
Yo,
though, I think Kyron is going to eat us alive. I think Kyron Williams is just going to run and run and run
yo,
and
yo,
run.
yo, Buckeye. Every year, every off season, I got to argue why Terry McLaurin's a top 10 receiver, and everybody fights me on that. How many different quarterbacks has that guy got to do this with
Yeah,
before anybody actually respects him?
he's a Buckeye. You know I respect that guy.
Would you consider McLaurin a top 10?
I hate that combo, man. I'm so sick of that combo.
I'm just asking
I do,
questions.
Petey. I do every off season.
Petey, he is
How can
currently
you
the
not?
32nd ranked fantasy player as a receiver.
Terry McLaurin?
Yeah,
Yes.
How? Doesn't he have like 14 touchdowns?
He was
Yeah, he
solid
was.
on my fantasy team all season, to be honest with you, sir. That's I got for you on my end.
How
But
is he
he was
Okay.
solid.
32nd in fantasy?
Season rank 32nd. He has 229.10 fan points. He's rostered 97%.
That's crazy to me. How many touchdowns does he have in the season? It's crazy high.
It's retarded. It's like, hold
How
on, let me
many
look.
stars are under this week's matchup for him?
Guys, I know we're only talking football. Can we please not use the R word? Please, thank you.
Oh,
I
sorry.
just,
It's all right.
I'm
Just
just, for
please,
me, how
thank you.
many different quarterbacks has this guy got to produce like this with? I don't know if he's not flashy enough. I don't get it.
I agree
But
with you,
this
Dale.
dude's been a model of consistency in the NFL with just
Facts.
Hang
fucking
on, Jarek.
different quarterback after different
Facts.
quarterback.
Buckeye, can you help?
Yeah.
All right.
Facts.
Hey, real
He
quick,
is definitely
Bo-
that.
Bobby, you came up here. Good morning, Bobby. How are you?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good, Bob. Give me a for who's in the playoffs right now. Who would you? How would you rank the coaching? Like it's McDermott, Andy Reid, both Harbaughs, Sean Payton, Mike Tomlin, and D'Amico Ryans. Uh, where can you just give a quick without? I'm not saying this to be rude. Just name them off by name. Who do you think coach first to last is? I mean, it's a hard. Do you think the Ravens Harbaugh is better than Sean McDermott?
Yeah, I do. I think Sean McDermott is a good coach. I think, but he hasn't won anything yet. He's got to, you know, prove something. I think he's a very good coach, but I think Harbaugh is definitely a better one. He's won a Super Bowl, but I think in that list in the AFC, Andy Reid will always be, you know, will always be number one until he's dethroned. Uh, I think all these coaches in the playoffs in the AFC are all phenomenal. I think Mike Tomlin should be in the top three. I think he's a phenomenal coach. Uh, but D'Amico Ryan's by default, I think, is last, and that's not a,
I
being
agree.
disrespectful.
I agree.
It's just, you know, he he's young in his coaching tenure, hasn't won anything, so it's like I said, it's nothing disrespectful. But the list you said, Petey, to me, Andy Reid is number one. Number two, I would go. I'm gonna go John Harbaugh. Three, I'm going Tomlin. Four, I'm gonna go Jim Harbaugh. Five, I'm gonna go. What was it? I'm drawing
Sean
a blank.
Payton.
Sean Payton. Yep. Sean Payton's a good coach. Won a Super Bowl. Doing well with this. With Bo Nix and the Broncos off team. This is a good defense. Um, but to me, I like I
PD, I
said, no
can't
dis.
bring anybody up.
But like I said, D'Amico Ryan's no disrespect is last on that list, and that's just because he's just a young coach, hasn't won anything.
I
But
know
he's a
McDermott.
phenomenal
I know
coach.
McDermott hasn't won a Super Bowl. I just feel like if the X and O's, I feel Jim is better than John, and Jim hasn't won a Super Bowl. So
Okay.
and
So do
again,
I. So
yeah,
do I.
I got no problem with your list. I just the whole hasn't won a Super Bowl, so he can't be at the top.
Jim's a better coach. Like I
Jim is a better coach, and he hasn't won that Super Bowl. That's why I say it's not just as simple to qualify and disqualify because of the Lombardi. I honestly think John is closer to the bottom of that list. But that's not a
Yeah.
reflection of him. I think the AFC head coaches in this playoffs is bonkers.
Jim,
Yeah.
I think you can make an argument that might be the best coach, right?
It could
That
be.
he's the best coach. I mean, I'm sorry, man. I mean, everywhere that dude has gone, he has won. Everywhere that he has gone, college, NFL, it doesn't matter. He wins every single place that he goes. That's unheard of. Like that's an incredible
Yep.
accomplishment that we just don't you don't see that every now and then.
And that's no slight on McDermott, by the way, because I do think McDermott's a good coach. I do. But he's going to get criticized again if he doesn't win this year. He's gonna.
I don't think it's the winning, not winning. I think it's how
How they
it's the how.
lose.
Yeah, it's the how, man. Again, I think McDermott's a really good coach, but I think what he's going to get judged on is He's got
His game
a
management,
top.
Buckeye. Just call.
He's got the second best quarterback in the NFL. The bar of judgment on him is going to be extremely high because he's got Josh Allen. It's going to be ridiculously high. He's got to do something with Josh Allen.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Buckeye, you got to call it the way it is, man. You got the judgment. It's game. It's learning how to become a better game manager, to be a more consistent game manager because he's done it. We've seen him in certain situations, in terms of situational awareness and play calling, make the right decision. He's got to do it more consistently. Um, Now again, some of the losses that's been on McDermott, it's nothing you can do, man. When you have AJ Klein coming off of literally a road trip to come and be your linebacker, and then you miss your starting number one corner. You're missing safety. Like it's nothing you can do
Yeah, I get it.
prior to certain situations, injuries. But to be, you got to win, right? In terms of, how do we judge McDermott and obviously Josh Allen long term wise, because we do with every other damn sport out there and every athlete. It's all about team accomplishment. It's all about the
Yeah.
the, the ultimate prize. So
Bob, let me just ask
Mm.
Bob real quick. Bob, what's your chances? What are you giving the Bills chance to win the Super Bowl this year? More than 50%? Or
Yes,
okay. Where do
I
do you consider them the favorite to win
yes,
the AFC? Wow.
I think they're better than the Chiefs. I think they've proven it. I think they took that Lions team, regardless of how depleted on defense they were. I think they took them to the cleaners. I think it's funny how Josh Allen loses a one of the best receivers in football, and you think that his numbers might go down. He's not gonna, you know, have anybody to throw to. That's been the complete opposite. I think he's looked phenomenal, even without Diggs, than he did with Diggs. He's playing at an exceptionally high level. I think obviously people might call me crazy. Kansas City, yes, they're still there. They got Hopkins. They're getting Hollywood Brown back. Their defense is very good. But I think the Bills this year just look different to me. There's just something different about them that they're always going to be in games. It's when they're getting over that hump. I think this could be the year they get over that hump. But
Bobby, we're
it's
just talking, but you said they're better than the Chiefs. They've proved it. I can't agree with that part. I can't agree with they proved it because, again, I think the one thing that is inarguable is playoff Patrick Mahomes. Like, that is a thing, man. It is a
okay.
thing. So I
Uh,
feel like until
I
I
get it.
see,
I get it. I think that look, yeah, playoff Patrick Mahomes is different, but from what I've seen this year, this Bills team just looks different. Like they're playing. They're hungry. Josh Allen is literally. You think you got him. You can't. You think that you got him figured out, and you don't. He's playing at an exceptionally high level. They look phenomenal. Yes, Kansas City by default, of course. I'm still going to say this: the AFC Championship game to me is going to be the Chiefs Bills. But to me, I think the best team in football, regardless of the injuries, was the Detroit Lions. I just think that team is just phenomenal and really fun to watch. They figure things out. The Bills really kind of slapped them in the mouth last week.
for
I
the
think the
record, though, Bobby, and before you came, I said I still have to see the coaching and the defense. Even if the Lions didn't get hurt, I would have said the same thing about them. I don't trust that head coach, and I definitely don't trust their defense even when healthy. I didn't. And
Me
and when
either.
the playoffs happened, that's the gravitational pull of where things recenter. And the thing about the Chiefs, they didn't win the Super Bowl because of offense last year. Steve Spagnuolo won that Super Bowl last year.
very true.
So I
also because they also
Yeah.
had their key players.
say
Guys,
what?
wait.
They had key like health, health matters. I mean, it's not. I'm not going to use that. Health matters, man. Like
It does,
especially when it comes to having key players, you got to have your key players. If
But
you
they
don't have your
faced
key
the
players,
Niners,
you are
and the
losing.
Niners had everyone on that field, didn't they?
except Greenlaw. Greenlaw got
They
hurt
lost
during the Super
Greenlaw.
Bowl.
Like Greenlaw was one of. I mean, with Fred Warner, I mean that's probably the best coverage linebacking duo
Yep.
I've seen since probably, well, ironically, since Navarro Bowman and and obviously with Patrick Willis. But I mean, dude, like that, like they by themselves, they take the middle of the field away. When one of them goes down, I'm telling you, when you lose key players, man, it makes a difference. It makes a
So,
difference.
so Jared, question: what were
Petey,
the
peep the
key?
jumbotron, Petey.
Who were the key players the Chiefs were missing in that Super Bowl?
Minihue got hurt. I remember Minihue, he got hurt.
And who else? Who else? We were missing another. We were missing an
Did
all pro.
Pacheco play?
No, Pacheco played.
Pacheco
Yeah.
played.
Yeah, Pacheco played.
Tooney, our starting guard.
Yeah, yes, Joe Tooney.
We were missing him.
Who
See, the
Bobby's
reason why
Bobby's
the
familiar
reason
with
why I
him.
bring
Sorry,
Oh,
yeah the
Boomer.
reason why
that's my boy.
yeah he's a great player, great guy as well,
Oh
really good
yeah,
human
he's a
being.
phenomenal player. I wish the Patriots would have paid him.
Yeah, I thank you for that, Bobby, respectfully. Uh, but Jerry, the reason why I brought that up is because these conversations, when it involves the Chiefs, tend to only be one sided. No one can rarely.
No. You flipped that, Alan. You
Dale,
completely flipped that. No, who were you missing in the Bills game, and who were the
we,
Eagles
we,
missing in your game?
we Joe
You can't
Tooney
pick
got hurt in the
different
Bills
games.
game. He only
Was it
played the
his
first
turn to
quarter.
talk?
Oh my god, dude.
We were missing players. We were missing our starting safety, if you remember. See, look, it, I personally don't put. I don't like to bring up injuries because I think in any sport you have to work through the injuries, just like the Dodgers did. I know Bobby's a baseball guy as well. The Dodgers were missing much of their pitching staff,
Bro, this
and
ain't
they
baseball,
still
man.
won the World
Let's
Series.
do a basketball
You
comp
can
next.
Alan,
you could talk about any sport. I think bringing up injuries is a losing
Guys, can we get to the hands
excuse.
real quick after this? Because people,
Petey, though, real quick, look at the jumbotron. Look what Orlovsky
yeah,
posted.
bro, you guys are doing well. Like, there's no argument, Dale. I'm not debating whether the Bills or not, but they have to win now. You could be top five all you want. Look at Miami when they had
I'm just
Marino.
Petey. The reason why I'm saying this again, I think I keep getting back to Allen on this because the historical shit only matters to him when it's the fucking Chiefs. If I could sit here and tell you that I believe my offense is historic and it's on a historic pace, and Allen will say, well, let's talk about the playoffs and when you're going to play a real defense. When literally, Orlovsky just posted, we are at a fucking historic
but
pace.
you're talking about winning a Super Bowl in a Mike Martz fashion. It's just not been what's happened lately, man. It's just
And Buckeye, I do
Buckeye,
think
we
that
don't
that's
have to
so.
win it that way. The Bills have already
We
shown you
don't,
when
Buckeye.
they want to take the
That's what.
pass away from teams, they do it. When they want to take the run away from teams, they will scheme to do that. They will scheme to do just that.
I'm just saying, Buckeye, we're 8 straight games at 30 plus points. And look, I, I'm not
That's
saying our
not good.
defense is fucking terrible and we have to score
So
40.
wait,
I
hold
think
on,
we have a
Dale.
very good
So
defense.
Dale,
I'm just saying right now,
go
Petey,
ahead.
just if you watch the Bills all year as much as a Bills fan has, our offense has been continuously
Dale, there's
progressing
no
to the point
argument.
where it is
No,
right now.
There's no
yeah,
argument. There's no
Dale,
argument about
yeah.
your offense. It's
Dale,
about
let
your
me ask
defense.
you. Let me ask the room real quick, and then we'll get to the hands. D- Dale, if Buffalo goes to Kansas City, this may be an irrelevant question. Are the Bills going to be favored in that game?
I
No.
mean, I
Are
would
we
think
are we
likely
healthy?
not, Petey. Like,
Are we healthy?
Right now, yeah. You think the Bills will be
Okay.
favorite?
I think they'd be two. I think they'd be 2 point underdogs.
All right.
against who?
Two
The
and a half
Chiefs
point
Yeah.
tops.
So are the
against
Bills
the
going to
So
be
Chiefs.
basically an
favorite in
even game.
Kansas City?
Yeah, I think it'd be an even game. I think they view it as an even game.
I,
100%.
I'm fair with that statement.
I think I don't necessarily disagree with Whittle. Um, yeah, I don't disagree.
But let's be clear. Losing a guy on the line, losing a guy in the secondary, okay, fine. When you lose your best player at every level of your defense, and then you lose the backup to two of those guys as well. I mean, bro, you're talking about five impact players on one side of the football. Currently, what Detroit is going through right now, where you're losing your starters, and then you're losing your backups to the starters, and then you're losing the practice squad guys that you've elevated.
Understood.
Like That matters. So when you can downplay injuries all you want, but at the end of the day, there are injuries and then there's catastrophic shit that teams don't bounce back from.
Yeah. I mean, the
I,
Bills
I
have
mean,
been
the
healthy
Chiefs.
on the front line, though. Their offensive
Yeah, I
line
mean,
has been
but
for the last
like
2
everybody in
years.
here said, right? Everybody in here said the Bills don't have the coaching advantage, right? We don't have the coaching advantage. We just now are getting the talent advantage over these elite level teams, right? The only real area where we're better or comparable is at quarterback. That's what you guys told us. But now you're the same people who are telling us, oh, well, why can't you win even though you have injuries? Or why can't you just go in there and beat these teams that are better than you in so many different areas?
I don't think it's a slight to lose to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
I
I
don't
just
either.
don't. Yeah,
I don't either. But
I
we
think
keep making the team that way.
no. Again, if that's happening, at least from me,
Lose
that's
by
trolling.
3 with a bunch of backup
That's
defensive
trolling.
players in the playoffs.
If I'm going to make fun of Chiefs beating Bills, that's me
We be
trolling.
losing by 3 on the road. I mean, come on, dog.
All right,
Peter, you talking now?
I think he got cut off.
I don't know if it was
He got a
Tom or
call.
Alan.
Yeah, but we heard everybody but the Bills fans when it comes to ranking the coaches.
So Tom, jump in.
Can we get some Bills to?
I got a question for Buckeye, June, and PD. If you were okay, I'm gonna put you on the hot seat. You're you're a badass NFL coach
you got
or
me,
a badass
guys.
coach.
Yeah.
You're
Yep,
Tom.
a
we got you.
badass.
All
Yeah, we
right,
got
I'm back.
I got you. I got a question for you, PD. Just listen.
Yep.
So
Go ahead.
you're a badass coach and you're a free agent right now, and you're offered 3 positions: the Raiders, the Browns, or the Jets. Which one would you take and why?
Hmm.
I
I take the
prop.
Raiders one.
I'd probably take the Raiders because
I would go
because of
Raiders.
the
Yeah,
draft pick, but
Raiders.
the Browns would be worse in my eyes than the
Yeah, me too.
Jets.
I'm with PD on that one.
But I'm different. I will go Raiders, Browns, and
Well, we
then
knew that
Jets.
was coming.
Well, I mean, look, if you a badass coach, you do have to take the cap situation into
But the
consideration too,
Jets
right?
cap isn't as bad as the. I think the Browns cap is worse.
Yeah, but you got
No,
Deshaun
no,
Watson.
it's
What are you
not.
doing with that, Joe?
I mean,
Yeah. Good night.
I mean, what's the Jets
Nick,
this year?
June,
Having nothing is better than having the Deshaun Watson
June.
albatross right now.
June. I'm looking at the Browns cap next year. It's negative 16 million, but they have 43 million this year, so they can carry that over. So 16, they have 27 million dollars.
Oh, okay. Now, what's the Jets
32
situation?
million without any
How much?
32 million.
Like I said, I'm going with the Browns. I got to go with the Browns.
Tom, was that your only
I
thing?
mean, I mean,
Sorry, June.
Yeah, I would definitely go with the Raiders. I think you got more of an upside going out there, and
yeah.
if you could, I just don't know about this quarterback class coming out, but I kind of just wanted to hear what you guys would say about it, just to get your info. I mean,
It's bad, man. It's
Hey
bad.
Tom, who's number two to you? Who's number two to you? And so we I guess we all agree with the
okay,
Raiders,
we all agree Raiders are number one. That everybody would take the
right?
Raiders job, and not to jack you guys around. That you guys all said no, I would never, I couldn't. You couldn't turn around the Jets in the time that you would be there. Um, I would have to say the Browns. I mean,
Thank
my
you.
thing with the Browns is I would still, I would have to bring in a rookie quarterback, and I'm sorry, I would keep 3 quarterbacks on, and the thing is, you're going to fight with the front office to play Deshaun Watson. They want to get the money out of him, but he's awful. The guy is not what he used to be. It's just a lack of time. I would have to bring in a new quarterback and say, hey, we're not. If you're going to let me be head coach, he's done. He's done
Well,
here.
Tom, can I push back on one thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Regardless if you think Stefanski's closer to the top as a head coach, he's definitely in the middle at worst, right?
Yeah, that's fair
He's
enough.
going to
I
win
like
3 games
Stefanski.
this year or 4 games this year. We had Rob Sala and Ulbrich So that's why I'm saying, like, they got a terrific head coach, in my opinion, and that team is ass. that that
That's a fair
that
assessment.
team is really bad right now, man. So if I'm a really good head coach looking at Stefanski not being able to win 5 games, I'm going to think about that one, man. That's all.
It was a tough question. I give it that. It was a tough question.
No, no. Hey, Tom, it wasn't tough. It wasn't tough.
Sing a different June.
It
What
it
if I
was
threw
it
Atlanta
wasn't
in
tough.
the mix?
What about who?
Atlanta,
What if I
nah.
threw
Well, you
Well,
got
Atlanta in
they
the
Michael, you got
mix?
Penix,
and
right?
yeah,
So you
they're
got the
not
Yes,
gonna
excitement of
yes.
fire.
Penix.
They're not gonna fire Raheem Morris.
No, they're not going to fire him. Plus, their cap is in a better
Yep.
situation. Plus, they got their future
Well,
quarterback.
yeah, but they got to
What
eat
about the
Cousins' money.
Patriots?
That's another one. Bob, where's? Oh, did Bob leave?
They got
Yo,
Drake May. They got the cap. They
yeah,
got something there.
let's get to Office because he's been waiting, and then guys just jump in. Office, my bad.
No, all good, Petey. Thank you. So, two quick points. One thing I think that will give one thing I think if Buffalo has to go to Kansas City, I think they're the most acclimated to that type of weather. So there's no disadvantage there. My only other point slash thought that I wanted to share was, and look, I'm biased because John Harbaugh is my coach, right? Like that's my coach, and I got that old brotherly dispute that I have to stand on one side. But as I was thinking about it, if you think about this, and Whittles, Sean McDermott is not very far behind Jim Harbaugh, other than an NFC championship and a berth in the Super Bowl where we beat them. He hasn't really accomplished anything different than Sean McDermott to this point, other than 2 football games. So he's not far behind Jim Harbaugh, if at all, really, in my humble opinion. Because Jim Harbaugh, he don't have no Super Bowl either. And we talk about Super Bowls being important with quarterbacks. Just a thought. I think Sean McDermott's in there a little bit now. I think he's a little bit.
Yeah, Dale. To answer your question about the Dan Orlovsky tweet, I want to see it transfer to over to the playoffs. If you're going to top that, I want to see what you're saying to be true. That you're going to run the score up in the playoffs against playoff teams. I wish Bobby was here because I wanted to respond to Bobby. Um, I think people are drinking the momentary Kool Aid. I don't think people are looking at the context of everything, who's playing who, the level of competition each team has played. If the Chiefs are going to play every playoff team in the regular season, for anyone to say if the Chiefs go 15-1 or 15-2 at the end of the season and they've beat 6 out of the 7 playoff teams, and you're going to tell me that they're taking a step back is utterly absurd to me. But I'll be honest with Bills fans. I'm not worried about playing the Bills. And I said this earlier before most of the Bills fans were in the space. I think Jarek was in here. I'm worried about the Broncos and Chargers. I don't know if the Chiefs can beat them 3 times uh, in a row in one season. So I'm depending on the Bills to beat. If you are the 2 seed, I'm hoping that you beat either the Broncos or Chargers, because I think if the Chiefs make it to the AFC Championship game, they'll go to the Super Bowl. But I can see the Chiefs getting beat in the divisional round if they have to play a divisional opponent, because I know that's going to be a difficult game to win.
PD, I honestly believe that we're taking the 1 seed for first and foremost. But again, Alan, I think you gaslight because the
How is
way
that
that you present
gaslighting?
this stuff, I'm going to explain that because you present this stuff. Now, if we go back to the Orlovsky tweet, we go back to the year that the Chiefs did that. We go back to any other year that you guys had success. Is it, wait a second, let's pick apart the games you had that year and the quality of competition that you were against. What your division looked like. and blah, 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 whatever you do to try and fucking dismantle what the Bills are doing this year. You don't do that with your own team. But magically this year you do. And that's the problem that I have. We can't control the schedules, nor can we control other years that you guys had success against fucking weaker fucking opponents. At the same time, again, within your own fan base, it's constantly getting posted now how many guys you have in IR and how healthy the Bills are. The fact that you got to play 3 games in 11 days. All things that over the past few years we've had to deal with. Nobody seemed to give a fuck. Now all of a sudden that shit matters and
You
it's
never had to
important.
play 3 games in
Like,
11 days, Dale. Don't tell that lie.
yes, we did, Alan. When the fucking blizzard happened and we had to go to play in Detroit, we played 3 road games in 11 days,
Dale, when was
leading
that
into the
though? When was
playoffs.
that? 3 years ago?
The year that we lost
That
to
was
the
in 20. That was
Bengals
in
in the
22.
playoffs.
That
It
was
was
Okay.
2022.
All right.
But I'm just saying, Petey, our team's been through this shit and nobody gave
Yeah,
a
I
fuck
know, but I
when that
just Dale,
happened.
I just
Nobody said it
yeah,
fucking matters or like, just
but
get
I don't
over it.
understand
Now
why you're
this year
so
we're the
upset
healthy
about it,
team.
Dale. Like, who
That's a
cares?
lie,
Because
Dale. That's a lie.
because listen, Petey, it's not a what's the lie, Alan?
You said that nobody gave a fuck in the 22 season when everybody was on your side when the Bengals were acting crazy, dancing in
Alan,
Buffalo, and everybody supported you through the
no,
Hamlin
no, 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 no,
situation.
no, no,
Stop
no, no,
it.
no. Alan, again, that's disingenuous. What really happened during that blizzard was nonstop all over Twitter and these spaces mocking Buffalo for not being able to play in the fucking blizzard because this is where we're from. Why don't you have a fucking dome? When like 60 people died in the fucking thing. That's what really happened when all that went down. But fucking, let's just forget that part.
No,
What I'm
I
saying,
remember. I
no,
personally,
Alan. What I'm saying is you keep changing the goalposts on what's acceptable and what's not. So I put a post up saying that our offense is on a fucking legendary
and I
pace,
said I wanted to see it
and
in the
which you
playoffs.
say, which is what you said since this off season, nonstop on every take I've had about the Bills, that I've been right like 95%, and I'm just sick of your bullshit. Because if I really had to dissect our conversations, most of the time I'm right, and most of the time you're fucking
I,
wrong.
So where does that
in
where does
fairness, he
where does
was
that
wrong
get you
about
though?
the Jets. I don't think he's been wrong.
That's the only thing I was wrong about.
No, 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 no. He had plenty of Bills takes, Buckeye.
Yeah,
No,
no, he was
no,
right. He
no.
was also wrong. He was also wrong about the Dolphins. He picked the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat us. I mean it. He
The
was
only
wrong about the offense. He was wrong about
I was not wrong about
the
the offense.
defense.
Stop
He
that
was wrong
lie.
about the safeties. Like
Riddle, you
it's
were
a ton.
wrong about the
It's a ton of
offense.
stuff. It's a ton of stuff he was wrong
You, you
All
about.
right,
you were
wait.
wrong about the offense. We said that you guys needed to add another receiver and your offense would take off. Amari Cooper
Hey,
comes,
can
your
you
team
can you
did
read
that.
me Cooper's
What was
stats?
said
Can you read
was
me
what
Cooper's
was said
stats this year?
was the Bills.
You said you didn't need
What was
another
said was the
receiver.
Bills
That's what you
would
said.
have trouble scoring. That's what was said. The
No,
Bills
no,
would
no,
have trouble
you
scoring,
did
and
before
that's
you added
not
Amari Cooper.
actually true. If
That
you
is
go back
true.
and look
After
at the
you
first,
added Amari
if you
Cooper,
go look at
everything
the first
changed.
6 games, the Bills had no problem scoring.
So the Ravens didn't shut you
Go look at
down.
the first 6 games.
The Ravens didn't shut you down. Josh Allen didn't have the worst game of his career against the Texans.
The Bills were 4-2. If you go back and actually watch the Texans game and actually look at
I
it instead
did
of
watch
just
the
read the
Texans
box
game.
score, you would see that there were a ton of plays that were
Yo,
wide open for Josh Allen. He just chose the wrong place to go with the football.
No, Khalil Shakir
So
that
so
game.
Brandon
Easy.
Beane just
That's
added Amari
easy.
Cooper just for no reason.
Who said that?
Tom, jump in when you can after they're
Hey,
done.
That's your
again,
logic.
no, it's not my logic. That's what you want my logic to be. At the end of the day, the reality is the Bills needed a outside boundary guy to win against press man coverage.
And
That's
that's
what
what we
MVS.
said.
Hello, let me finish. Like you say, let me finish. We signed MVS to be that player. He never turned out to be that player. So we went and got a better replacement. Everything we needed was on the roster. MVS was ass. That's the problem.
And I said he would be ass. But Amari, I mean, we can't change history. I mean,
You
Amari
said
Cooper was
you
added
said
to the team.
MVS might be wide receiver
No,
one for us.
no, I did not say
All right.
that. I
Okay.
hated
Can I
All right.
MVS.
step? Can I step
PD, I
You
back in? I
can't
know
want to
bring
I
talk about the
anybody
hated
up.
Yeah,
Jets.
MVS.
I
yeah.
want to talk
Hold
about the
on,
Jets.
ATS, real quick. This is I'm actually. Let me get to Tom and then you, and then we'll go back to Whittle and
James and
listen
Nautica
up.
want to come up.
Yeah, I'll get them
All right.
up. Hold
I,
on.
I'm gonna step down, Petey, so you can
All
get more
right.
people up. Yo, thank you.
Thanks, Mexican. Tom Ford, what up?
Not much,
Sorry,
PD. That's okay. Just love that even
Pete,
with the
please get
headline, you're
Nautica.
being more passionate
I'll
about the
get
rest of
people up
football,
here.
which is a
Don't
relief.
worry.
You
Well,
know,
yeah. What are we going to talk about? Matting ratings?
I know. So this has actually been a nice distraction and talking about the other teams and what competent football actually looks like. And Lord knows I need that this week, but this is just shows how far the Jets are from everything that we can't. We were supposed to be talking exactly this conversation, including the Jets, and sadly that did not happen at all this year. And it just makes you go, ugh, with that because I think I even saw while listening on the space, someone put nice little videos together of what if the couple plays had just went the Jets' way, and then we'd be talking, oh, the Jets were doing this as Salah rising because Salah wouldn't have been fired, you know. But
Yep.
one of the earlier points, because I know June is putting the Jets, is third of maybe the first three, attractive coaching jobs. I would say the Jets are second. I would gladly give the Raiders because they likely are going to have that number one pick. Let's just be
Yep.
real. Because like we said during Spaces last week or the past 2 weeks, we knew Jets were going to steal at least a game or two. We had, and this past last Sunday's game was one of the ones we figured, PD, because we both had said that with Jackson was
Correct.
the likely one. As far as this upcoming week, I even with the Rams, uh, I just am checking to make sure my fantasy football playoffs I don't have any Rams players against me because I'm pretty sure that's going to light me up when they go on the Jets this week. Like hoping I'm not playing someone with Kyron Williams or Cooper Cup or Puka Nakua. Because that's pretty much
Yeah.
where I am right now at this point. If anything Jets
Tom,
related,
I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I do not think the Jets can stop the Rams on defense,
yeah.
but I do think the Jets can score against the Rams. Now, will the weather play a factor? The Rams are a dome team,
PD,
Right.
right?
we're
Is
not
it?
gonna put any pressure on Matt Stafford, and he's gonna eat like a motherfucker.
Well, I agree.
Exactly.
I think the Jets are going to give up probably north of 26 points. And if
I'm
I'm
just
wrong, who cares?
I'll tell you what, and Tom, no disrespect, I'd rather talk about the Chiefs and Bills. the Jet,
Oh no, 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 no. Just me. I was glad with that. It's just
Hey, Buckeye, what you
with the
talking about?
Bills. I would take Bills over Chiefs just because, just like when it was the Patriots dynasty, just like when I was little with the Cowboys dynasty back in the '90s, and the Bills losing all those. I felt bad for the Bills even as a young kid. I have a lot of old friends from college that are hardcore Bills fans. Do I want them to get their one event at some point? Yes, I do. I just gonna depend on who the NFC opponent is. If it's Bills, and that to determine if I actually want them to win the Super Bowl. Otherwise, it'll just be whatever box pull them in and hope for good numbers, and then that score from there.
Yeah. Oh, Super Bowl numbers coming out soon, right, Tom?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Let me get to ATH. Tom, as always, thanks for coming up,
Hey,
man.
Buckeye,
Good
I
points.
know you don't
Yeah.
want to talk about the Jets, man, but we can talk about those Buckeyes.
I'm fine
No,
with
I
that.
want to
We
talk
can talk
about
I'm
about
the
those
fine.
Jets.
8
Buckeyes
p 8
Go
p.m.
ahead.
Saturday. I'll
finish.
be around.
ATH. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I want to say, I know a lot of people in this space might hate me for saying this, but I'm just
For
saying,
what?
like,
Go
in
ahead.
the draft, I feel we got to go O line. The reason why I say it, look, I know people are saying they're okay, our offensive line, they feel it's okay, it's comfortable, but why can't we have an elite offensive line? I feel like if we get an offensive lineman first round in the draft, I feel he could be better than AVT right now. He's been injury prone, or Tipman, or if we draft someone ahead of Morgan Moses. We've seen what we did with Olu Fashanu drafting him. Let's continue this. Get another top high level offensive lineman. Let's try to make our offensive lineman elite instead of just average. Because if you want to make the playoffs, whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to go against Miles Garrett. You're gonna have to go against the Watts, the Joneses, the Armsteads, elite defensive linemen. We can't be just going against them with average offensive linemen. Our pass protection has been so-so. Our run blocking has been horrible. I feel in the draft, let's go offensive lineman. I know people are going with the QB craze, and I don't think we're gonna be low enough to get Shadur Sanders or Cam Ward, but let's not waste it and just draft all offense a quarterback that you don't know is proven yet. Let's build this offensive line and make our wide receivers happy. That, in my opinion, let's get the QB more time to pass. So that's what I
I'm
feel.
not
Yeah,
mad
I
at it.
just don't know if there's I don't know if there's a guy that's, top 10 worthy. I just don't know yet. And ATH, I'll have some guys on that talk draft once the season ends. And again, Jeff fans, if you're in here listening, there's just the biggest story is talking about fucking Madden ratings about the Jets. Like we can't even really we could talk about the team, but do I want Aaron Rodgers to come back next year? Do you? Do people want to eat the money? Do you? We could always talk about that, but it's just this will be more off season shit. There's just we stink. Bottom line, like it's exhausting. And I did this all off season, and this is probably the worst year for the Jets in the regular season, in my opinion.
Quick question to Jarek. You calling Tennessee to win, Jarek?
It's gonna be in the horseshoe, right?
It is
No, I can't. I mean, Tennessee.
When is that game?
Yeah,
Saturday,
I,
8
I
p.m.
can't. I can't trust Tennessee, man. Listen, that Veer offense. Every single time they go against an elite front seven, which is again, that an elite, it's designed to beat Ohio State's defensive scheme. It's designed to beat that Veer offense. It's just designed for it. Not to mention too, like I said, Nico, most part one read guy. Not really his fault. Young quarterback that's still developing, man. But pretty much the formula is you stop the run and you stop the run, the game is over. When they have to play behind the sticks, Tennessee doesn't really do well. So I think it's gonna be a low scoring game and Ohio State will take the dub.
Yeah, I just don't think the Big Ten measures up to the SEC
Stop it,
this year.
Alan. Stop it.
And I don't trust your quarterback, Buckeye Will Howard,
I'm with you on
former,
that one.
former K State guy. I question him in big moments.
Stop the SEC thing, though, please. The SEC is nothing this year.
Well, it's not nothing. We can't say
All
we
right,
can't sit up here and say it's nothing.
let's get Nautica and Justin up in here. Nautica, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, PD. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks.
Yeah. I just I just don't understand the flip flopping of takes when I heard that what they're gonna do against the Bills offense is just stack the box and play man to man. That's what I heard that you should do against the Bills offense this offseason. Alan said it, heard it
Hmm.
many times.
But can
The
I ask you
Jaguars
one
played man
question?
and we put 47 points on them. So
Yeah, can I ask you one
go
question
ahead.
though? Who on this app? Who name me some person on this app that hasn't made a wrong take. Like even the
No,
analysts do it.
obviously,
Like
but
I just I get it. I get it with the whole, oh, this person said this, and I get it. And listen, the Bills have been attacked this offseason, and I get the hate that you guys have, but I mean, does it really matter? Just go out and win now. If you guys win, it'll shut everybody up.
oh,
It
I
will.
100%
If
agree
the
with that.
Bills don't win, I said this yesterday, Nautica. If the Bills don't win this year, everybody's coming out to attack the Bills. It it's kind of sad in my eyes, but that's how the Bills are going to get made fun of until they win. They have to win. It's time, as Tupac said in Juice. My time is now. You know, your time is now. Go ahead, keep
And then
going.
he got smoked.
You're good. Well,
Yeah, I just think it's
I,
there's just some disingenuous things going on, and again, like Whittle said, if you actually watch the Texas game, like we all were saying, Josh Allen was the one who's playing bad, not the wide receivers or anything like that. We all said that. Um, but I just don't. I mean, it's whatever. Like the we have to just prove in the playoffs. I understand that, and on this the way that Josh Allen was playing, he looks completely unstoppable. I think the way the defense plays, I think that what you've seen in the last two games is kind of an anomaly. I don't think there's an offense in the AFC that even matches the
the weapons and firepower that the Lions or Rams have. I 100% don't Hmm. believe that there's a single team in the AFC who can do what the Rams and Lions can do. So I don't think that our defense is going to let up 44 points in the playoffs. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
But no, Nautica, just one thing.
What's up?
Hasn't the playoffs, when has Josh Allen been stoppable in the playoffs? He's always been unstoppable.
Oh no, playoff Josh Allen is completely different
That's
quarterback.
all I'm saying is, and I know he's playing at a different level this year, but to go into the playoffs against these head coaches in the AFC and just think we're going to drop 40, can you?
Oh
That's
no, no, no.
just not how the playoffs
I
work.
never said we are gonna drop 40. I never said that.
That was there.
I think
No, no, I said you have to score 40 to
I
beat
don't agree
us.
in the
Them are two
playoffs.
different
That's the
things.
part, Dale. I don't agree with
But
you on that.
I think we could put up 30.
Yeah, and Buckeye, to answer the question you just answered, the teams that we played in previous years, while we were doing that, they were high-powered offenses, and they were statistically high-powered offenses the entire season. Name me the
Yeah,
statistically high-powered offenses in AFC right
Well,
now.
the Chiefs weren't a high powered offense last year, and I think this
and you won by
offense.
what?
But let me finish. I think this offense, with the return of Hollywood Brown, will be better in the playoffs than last year's offense.
I think
When
everyone's clowning Bo Nix, but that team scores, man. Denver
Yeah,
scores
yeah.
points.
Denver scores
and their
points. So
defense is
yeah.
good.
The best. They're the best defense in the AFC.
And when J.K. Dobbins and Lad McConkey are on the field with their young tackles, the Chargers can score points. So
They have the
I
best
don't get it.
upside. Just they have the best upside in my opinion because of the quarterback. Um, if the quarter
Who's
if that
that?
the Chargers if that
Yeah, I
passing
agree.
attack if those receivers can figure it out. And again, I know Lat McConkey will. J.K. Dobbins has got to stay healthy. They don't function without him.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah,
seen that before because but it's just that much of a it's just that huge of a downgrade from RB1 to RB2. But if J.K. Dobbins can stay healthy, yeah, that
agreed.
Chargers team might be dangerous.
Yeah,
And Jarek, what did Harbaugh do? He stopped Herbert from turning that ball over.
Yep.
The dude's not turning the
yep.
ball over at all.
Yep. I mean, he brought that philosophy. He fixed up the offensive line. He brought those tight ends. They're running more 12 than anyone in the league. Then there, and of course, he brought the defensive coordinator from Michigan over, fixed and cleaned it up in less than a year. I mean, that's just
Yo,
incredible.
can I ask an honest question over here? Like that's what I mean, Alan. This is my biggest problem when I have a back and forth with you. Because when I bring up something about the Bills, Buckeye, it's like I'm saying it to you, and I get your logic, Buckeye, because I do think that it's a rare occurrence. But I'm giving examples of previous past situations that I could say I've actually seen this out of my team. And Alan's saying, while I'm saying that, about a team that, mind you, has scored 30 points in its last 8 games, is on a historical pace, is fucking lighting up 40 points a game the last 3 weeks. I have to see it in the playoffs. Then follows that by, well, Bo Nix or the Chargers if they have so and so. What the fuck have they ever done to even prove that you wouldn't
The
say that about
Broncos have
them?
the Broncos have the most 30-point games this season. There,
No, they don't.
they do.
Alan, don't we have to see that from them in the playoffs?
Absolutely,
Look,
absolutely. The answer is
look.
Okay,
yes.
that's the point I'm making.
But
The
Dale,
Y'all
only
have
it,
that
I'm
no,
not
rookie
picking the
quarterback
Broncos.
bullshit a little too much for me. Like,
but Dale,
I'm not picking the
the only team
Broncos.
that doesn't have something to prove is the Chiefs, right? That's the one team that has nothing to prove.
yep.
And again, whether they win or lose, we'll see. But they're not on
Buckeye.
judge and jury.
The
I'm just
biggest.
acknowledging they're good.
Wait. The biggest team that has to prove something to me is the Ravens. Like Lamar has to prove it
I,
now too.
I agree. I think it's the Bills and Ravens have the most
Yeah.
to prove. But look,
Yes.
the Bills are terrific this year.
Yeah.
I
There's
just keep questioning the same two things, coaching and defense. And that's the part I have to see.
Justin. Jump in. You didn't talk yet. What's up?
Oh well, I was just letting people get their stuff off because I'm not really. By the way, great AFC West space, Speedy.
Oh
Great
gosh.
great space.
Hey, well, the
Um,
one thing about here is I'll switch stuff up. Like And if people don't,
Anything not to talk
we
about the Jets now, right, Petey?
well, it's just. I mean, Buckeye. Have you ever heard me this down about the Jets?
No, no. There's
It's
nothing to talk
bad.
about. I'm not gonna lie. I
Also,
felt bad cutting Tom
Alan, the
off. I can't
Broncos have
talk Jets
six
right
30
now.
plus games. The Bills have 8. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro.
30-point games.
30-point games.
Then I
Yeah,
stand corrected.
we have more 30-point games. But Alan, to your point, the Broncos, they can score. They have figured out ways to score if need be.
And that's all I'm doing. I'm just acknowledging other teams are good. I never said the Bills weren't good. I was wrong at the beginning of the season. I've said that 3 times in 3 different spaces. But now, in right now, where the season is right now, I think every playoff team is good. I'm sorry, Dale. I don't know if that bothers you. We have to
No,
see what they do in the playoffs.
Alan, I don't disagree. I don't downplay any of those teams. But I'm telling you, the way Josh Allen is playing right now, that's what you're going to
That's
see.
fair. That's fair.
And I'm
Yeah, I
telling you,
can't
look,
argue that,
you
Dale.
can you
Neither.
can respect that, or listen, you can respect that all you want, and it comes less coming from a Bills fan, I think, from most people, especially with the trash I've heard laid at the feet of Josh Allen over the last 4 years. But historically, when that kid plays like that, the NFL's never seen anything like that.
You know, the one team
Yeah,
I don't
Dale.
believe in the AFC is the Texans. I don't believe in the Texans at all.
Yeah, listen to this real quick because I'm going to wrap up soon. If Josh Allen doesn't win MVP, I think Bills fans are going to
No,
riot.
he's got that.
Chill.
Imagine he doesn't.
He is the
He's got it.
MVP.
He's got it.
I think that I
Sorry, bro. That was a fat finger mute. My
yeah,
bad.
right now Josh Allen's the MVP. I think there could be a discussion depending on what Lamar Jackson does these next two
We can
games.
discuss it, but he's not winning
I
it.
don't think so, Alan. He won on that record, right? Like the last year it was because of his record. So you can't now give
Record, and
that guy an
also and
MVP.
also big games, like big games where he shows up and shows out. Josh has been doing that the past fucking 3 weeks. He beat the Chiefs in that 4th and 2 touchdown run. He's had the plays, like the play against the Niners this week against the Lions, who were 12-1 and looked unstoppable. Josh Allen looked more unstoppable in prime time. Like, come on. His
No, it's
his
I
Josh
his
mean,
Allen.
team is
Lamar
14.
Jackson plays.
Stop. His team is 14-3. When everybody thought they were gonna go 10-7, 9-8. Where's all the talent on offense? The window is sealed shut. Like, stop. The narrative against the
Lamar
narrative against Josh
Jackson.
Allen this year was you have to be the MVP level quarterback to even have your team in the playoffs. And he is doing this at an MVP level. We're 14-3 with a better record than the fucking Ravens. Like, stop.
Lamar
Hey,
Jackson plays 2 playoff teams the next 2 weeks. He has a bottom tier defense, and he's played more games against playoff
We
teams
can
this
discuss
regular
it all you
season
want, but he's not
with
winning the
better
fucking
stats.
MVP.
Hey, man, I want to say, I just want to add, the Bills had a pretty low Madden rating.
Yeah,
Also,
talk to Woody Johnson if your son's listening.
Madden
Frick.
rating.
And PD, I hate this thing. PD, I absolutely hate this thing where it's become put down one quarterback to build up the other one. Like Lamar Jackson's had an incredible year, but he might not even win his fucking division.
Yeah,
Based on every fucking narrative that everybody made last year to award him the MVP, at the end of the day, if he loses a record game, and I give you a predictory, Alan, you could throw out whoever he played, blah blah blah. With the next 3 games the Bills have, the stats aren't going to be comparable.
yeah,
Allen will win the
because
stats, and
yeah,
Allen will
because they're
fucking have the record.
yeah, because you're
Yeah,
playing
because
the
you're playing
Patriots and
run.
the Jets two
What
Yeah,
does
or
it
three
matter?
So
running.
why
times.
couldn't so
So
why
Burn.
couldn't Lamar
you're
Jackson
gonna
beat the
argue
Browns
a
and the
guy with a
Raiders?
better record to
Huh?
do it.
Dale, I'm
And so
not.
if
I'm
that
just
plays out, yeah,
saying.
PD, I'm not saying you are, because I know Allen's getting ready to, based on strength of schedule and fucking whatever. But if Allen wins the stats and fucking wins the record significantly,
he's gonna win MVP.
you're telling me you're not fucking nitpicking to try and make a narrative for somebody instead of just ignoring the elephant in the room right in front of your fucking face?
No, no. What I'm doing, Dale, is I was with Whittle last year and said that Dak Prescott should have been MVP last year. I didn't think Lamar Jackson should have been MVP. I'm looking past the surface level and seeing what Lamar Jackson is actually doing. Will Josh Allen most likely win MVP? Of course, but
And he would
this
deserve
narrative
it.
that this narrative that Lamar
And he would
Jackson
fucking
isn't
deserve it.
balling
Yeah,
is
they're both
crazy to me.
they're both having incredible they're
Yeah,
both having
that
incredible seasons.
that's why I preface that by saying to tear down. And I'm not tearing down Lamar by any means. He's been incredible this year. This is his best season as a quarterback by far. But unfortunately, just like when Allen lost to fucking Rodgers, having an absolutely incredible season, there was one guy who was better. End of story.
Yep. I
And
hope that.
Josh, no, I no, Dale, I still stand by that shit. Josh should have won that MVP in 2020.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When
And
you throw
Jarek,
for
he's
4,400
having a
yards,
better year this year than he was in 2020.
it's crazy. You throw
He
for
is.
4,400 yards, 37 what 50 touchdowns, 38 passing touchdowns, 700. Come on, man, 700 rushing yards. No one in the history of the league did that shit. No one in the history of the league did it.
Yeah, but
Jared,
wasn't that
Jared,
the year?
don't
Wasn't
forget
that
about all of those touchdowns that Aaron
Rogers threw
Rodgers
for like the 2 or 3
vultured
yard
from his
line.
wasn't
running
that
back.
the year he went
That
48 and
what?
5 though?
Aaron Rodgers what?
Little.
That he vultured, he stole from his running back because he was throwing 2 and 3 yard. He was throwing passes under 5 yards for
Yeah, he
touchdown.
was stat padding. Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers did stat pad.
Right.
But
And they had
but
the
to
same
say
record.
48 and 5
Uh,
is going to win an
and Josh
MVP. That's
and Josh
Yeah, one of
Allen
the
had more
great seasons of
touchdowns.
all time.
He had more
Yeah,
total touchdowns.
Josh Allen had what do you have 47 touchdowns and 10 turnovers. I think it was 10 interceptions,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Let's
40
get.
I think
50.
Mahomes should have won in 2020. To be quite
Let me get
honest,
David in here, guys. A couple of shout outs
Or
to.
that, man. Yeah, I forgot Mahomes had a great
I
year too.
see. I see.
14-1 that year.
Rusty in here. Jim Hamill, Carl Binger. What up? Sad Jet, Mike F, Aaron, Coach Guyton. How you doing, Coach? Couple other people. Mr. Bandman, Dolphin fan. What up? Go ahead, David. Close us out. I gotta go.
Yeah. I just kind of want to bring the context of the Lamar Jackson thing because I've been spouting it for the last week. 1,207 passing yards, 18 touchdowns have come in 4 games. Those 4 games have been the Cincinnati Bengals, the New York Giants, and the fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. One of those teams flat out has quit the season, and two of them have two of the top 5 worst pass defenses in the league. Outside of that, he's had like 2,300 passing yards and 19 total touchdowns in the other 10 games. So let's not act like his shit's just as inflated. So let's not act like Lamar Jackson's having some incredible year. He's had an incredible 4 games against really bad teams as well.
All right.
Do we take into consideration? Do we take into consideration that the man is playing with Derrick Henry, who's sitting at what is it,
Fifth,
1,600
fifth in the
yards?
MVP voting, by the way. He's fifth or sixth in the MVP voting. So
Okay,
yeah,
that does matter,
no
right?
problem. Yeah.
Because we were told that this roster lost a lot of talent in the offseason. We lost a lot of captains, a lot of talent, and oh my God, how are we going to compete? And now that we're competing, and Josh Allen is putting up the same or better numbers than what he put up the year before, what I don't understand. What are we doing?
All I
No,
want to
Whittle. I
see is
get
what
that.
Dale said. I want to see the Bills put up 35 a game in the playoffs, like Dale said.
When did Dale fucking say that?
Well, he said.
Ask him. He
So
did say
I
that.
was
He's
here
not
earlier.
denying it.
I've been listening the whole time. He said that he believes that other teams are going to have to score 40
I said
to
That
beat
you're
the
means
gonna
you have
Bills.
to,
have to
the
score
Bills are going to have to
40 to
put up.
beat us.
Yes, that's what he
Yeah,
said.
that's what he said.
So to me, that's putting
That's
up
what Dale said.
at least 33 points because at least
I'll put it
because
like this, Petey. I am extremely confident at 33,
that's
almost that I
fair.
would bet it.
Okay.
Okay, I
I
want to
think
see
I think
it.
if you play Denver week 1, it's going to be rough to drop 33
By
on
the way,
Denver.
the
I do.
most games Office sent this with 5 touchdown passes and no interceptions. Career NFL: Drew Brees 8, Tom Brady 8, Lamar Jackson 6, Peyton Manning 5, Aaron Rodgers 5, Ben Roethlisberger 5. And
Hey,
every
just real quick. I sent it to Nautica, but I don't know if she said it or not. I think Alan said the Broncos had the most 30-point games this season. The Broncos have 6. The Bills are currently on an 8-game streak of doing 30 plus. FYI.
And I admit it.
If
I
we
said I
score
stand
30 against
corrected.
the Patriots this week, we will break an NFL record for the most consecutive 30-point games in the NFL.
That's good. Now go
That's
win us
great. I want to see it in the
win it.
playoffs.
I agree with that, to be
I think if the
honest.
Bills score 30 points in the playoffs, we win the game.
Yeah, I
I
agree
want to
with
see it
that
in
for
the
the most
playoffs.
part. All right, guys, I got to close up. Appreciate the different talk today. Listen up.
Take care,
Good to
PD.
hear from you. David, Whittle,
Thank you,
Neat,
Petey.
thank you. You're
Love you,
welcome.
P.
Back at you
Shout
guys.
out to everybody. Have a good day.
See you
Rusty,
guys.
have a good day. Jim
I
Hamill,
hope you guys win
Nikki.
this week, PD.
Go
Yeah.
Buckeyes.
I hope
Hey,
we win. I
hey,
hope we
Petey,
win Matting ratings.
yeah, Petey, what's your Madden rating? What's your speed rating right now, Petey? Where you at?
94. See you later.
94. That's what's up.
Tear it down.